As the clock strikes 7, the vibes alive. Inner circles here where voices thrive. Turn on your screens, let the magic unfold. Listening and healing as stories are told. Come on, come on, this is your time. No topics too tough, just heed the calls. From mental health woes to justice we seek. Together we rise for the strong and the meek. A safe space for all, let's lift every voice. In a circle podcast where hearts unite. Sharing our truths, bringing hope to the light. Community strong, we're never alone. Together as one, we've created a home. With laughter and love, we break down the walls. No topics too tough, just heed the calls. From mental health woes to justice we seek. Together we rise for the strong and the meek. A safe space for all, let's lift every voice. So join the conversation, let's set the tone. In a circle podcast where love is well known.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Today is Wednesday, February 12th, and today is our usual normal business segment. But as we celebrate a month of love, we're gonna be talking about special topic, depth and dating. How much you share, right? Valentine's Day. There's a Valentine's Day special. Valentine's Day is on uh Friday, February 14th. So tonight is going to be a special one. So welcome to the Inner Circle podcast, where we dive into conversations that matters, most. And tonight we're going to be talking money, relationship, and everything in between. Right? I'm your host Abe Kamara, and we are going to be tackling a topic that most people don't like to talk about: depth and dating. But it affects everyone. No matter whether you just starting a relationship or whether you're trying to get into a relationship on this this Valentine week or something. You have a special date. That is something that actually matters in the current environment we live in, right? With inflation today, and inflation report just came out. Prices are going on all over. So however way you are planning your Valentine, your dinner date might be expensive this year because prices keep going up. Egg prices are so high. The inflation report that came out today is like 3%. It's like one of the highest almost in a year, things like that. So tonight topic is debt and dating. How much you share? And I'm your host Abe Kamara, and we have again special guest, special panelist. From the great state of Iowa, my man Tita May. Honorable Tita.
Yes, sir. How about you, sir?
Introduce yourself to our audience, and then
I'm Keith Taylor, aka Taylor May, New York City, West Des Moines, Iowa. I'm in the building.
okay, Mel.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Melvin Lionel Zia, here again tonight to discuss an important topic. Welcome. Let's dive into it.
Okay, so thank you, gentlemen. Again, tonight's topic is debt and dating. How much do you share? But before we dive into things, if you love this show, if you love this, if you love what we do here 3 days a week, please follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on LinkedIn, follow us on Twitter/X. Download Cycle Podcast on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. There is a great show. We bring you great information. Our panelists are great. We all share information and things like that. So please, get involved. Don't sit on the sidelines. Support your own community show. So with that, gentlemen, again tonight is depth and dating. How much you share? It's Valentine's Day is this Friday. When you are just getting into a relationship, is financial transparency should finances influence a relationship if you are just getting into it? Should money should money influence a relationship?
I mean, thanks again, once again, Brother AB.
Mhm.
To be honest, I mean, with the world that we live in now, if you ask most people, 99.9% of the world, they are going to say yes. But there's a twist side to it. I think that if anybody who's wants, because normally if people really love you, not I believe that that's a death sentence to anybody who you think that somebody love you, they just dive into you first in just money. That
Okay.
should be a red flag. Because if
Okay.
somebody really love you, people love you, they don't care about what you spend behind them. So that should be something that man should actually watch deeply about because women are on the hunt.
Okay.
They are deeply on the hunt. They are watching women around like a women lion. They want to attack anybody that they can attack, get whatever that they can get from you. So this day like this, to answer your question, I beg you, please, if you have the opportunity to just hold fast to your cash,
Oh,
hold fast to your money, and see what that woman is about before you can think that you want to spend on her.
okay.
Because another thing again, don't think that maybe because she's a Valentine or maybe she wants you to be her Valentine on this day means that she's
Yeah.
not talking to somebody else. So they
Okay.
are collecting gifts from everybody. So the
o-
bigger gift is what they are looking for now.
Okay. So that's a great one. The message, like is like somebody if you are just getting into this thing, you should watch out, right? Maybe she's talking to, or he too might be talking to a couple of folks to try to who should be the special date on Friday. Sometimes these days Valentine maybe what they must spread out. But Mel, how important is financial transparency in a relationship? As you talk about debt and dating, if you are taking someone maybe your first time or your second time or your third time, should you try to know, is like who the person is financially? How important is financial transparency in a relationship?
It is very important.
Hmm.
It's very, very important. A lot of relationship now
Hmm.
are falling apart because of lack of honesty.
Hmm.
So as important as it is,
Hmm.
it's something that from a jump, if you value that, you want to have financial stability, you want to ensure you guys are on the same page, the conversation should be held. I don't want to say from the get-go, but these are conversations you just want to make sure you guys are having, and honesty pays. If you're not honest with somebody you're dating for a long term, lied about your financial status, not being open about your financial status and just diving into relationship with the person, long term, it can have a significant impact. Studies shows, survey shows that relationship now they're falling apart because of these things. Somebody doesn't have, they're not contributing to the relationship financially. The pressure is on one person, right? And now they feel like they are stuck in that kind of relationship. So you see people going apart because of their financial status, things not moving the way they want to see it. So I would say creating a comfortable environment for you guys to talk about, comfortable atmosphere for you guys to ensure you guys
Hmm.
are transparent. Like if I am into debt and I'm dating somebody, I think from a jump, hey,
Yeah.
it's only one for the long term and we're kind of planning to live together.
Yeah.
I should let you know, like, you know what? I bought a car a while back I did not pay for, and this debt is on me, or I got student loan. These things shows the kind of person you are if you are honest.
Hmm.
Let the person decide on being with you or not, right?
Hmm.
It
Okay.
should be their decision, but don't hide important information from somebody you want to be with for a long term, because in the long run, if you have these things, the person going to discover it, and then what
Yeah.
happened, right? You
Yeah.
lie about it, or you were not opening up with the person now and they find out. Do you think they're going to trust you moving forward? I
Okay.
would say no. Tell her, man, you're lucky tonight. We don't have a lady here to kind of go back and forth with you with that statement you
Yeah.
made. But I
Yeah.
would say something too in ladies' defense. They got
Yeah.
guys out here that are hunting women too as well, right?
Yeah. Okay.
They got some guys that really don't want to do anything,
Yeah.
sucking some women that are going out there working hard, and they are a leech on women. So on the majority, I would say yes, women, but on the low key, they got some guys that do that as well, just to balance out the conversation.
Yeah. So are you saying then that on this Valentine, like Valentine's Friday, this Valentine week, there will be some ladies who will be taking the guys, who will be taking the guys out, right? There will be some lady who will be taking their guys out. Is that
It
what you're saying?
happens.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
happens. Some women
Okay.
do that. Some women, spoil guys. They like
Uh,
somebody to do what they want to do. It happens.
Okay.
Let
Taylor.
me. Can I just come in to add to that, if I may, sir?
Yeah.
Mr. Host, to be honest, I think this time maybe life need to change now,
Yeah.
because for me, every time you bring me on the podcast, is for me to speak my mind based on experience, what I know, and talk nothing but the truth. So help me God, right?
Yeah.
And because and again, trust me, you're going to see how far maybe this is going to go at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Nowadays, what's happening in this world? Think about years back, and I heard
Yeah.
exactly what you say. You asked Mel.
Yeah.
Do you think that, okay, if the way that these women, when they go to Macy's, don't they pass perfume and cologne? Abi? They pass by underwear. The same way maybe we go to Victoria's Secret, sometimes we shop for them, buy underwears for them. Go to places when you see a brief for a man, buy it the same way sometimes we buy panties for you.
Yeah.
If you see that maybe your man does not have white t-shirt in another, go and buy a white t-shirt that you like to sleep inside the white t-shirt. The same way that we go inside the mall, if you see perfume to buy it for you, you pass all these men perfume and colognes, buy it for the man too. So that way that life go balance.
Okay.
Now, so this and every time man just keep spending, man keep spending. Now, maybe the reason why this life is no balance, because we cannot keep giving to women all the time.
Okay.
If they love you, they should be able to reciprocate. Let them give back. That way that the relationship don't balance, Abi.
Okay. But so here's my question to you there, Taylor May. Who should pay for the first date? Who should pay on Valentine's on Friday? If it's a first date, who should pay for that?
Let me say something else to you, my brother. Nowadays, in this world, there's nothing wrong with a woman paying.
Oh,
There is nothing wrong with a woman paying on the first date, because you know what? Look, after every test, there's a testimony. What if sometimes maybe that man is even more loaded than you? He's just testing you.
Okay.
Why is it that all of them keep failing this test, that man should be the one to go and pick them up? You should open car door for them, walk them inside red carpet,
Okay.
put them seat when they enter restaurant. You should pay for them. Because of what? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Hey, go ahead.
Sometimes
they should be
the one to pay money. Let them pay. Because sometimes if you pay for a man, that man will look at you and say, you know what? If you like say, this girl na correct girl. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you don't want to pay, you want man to be paying for you all the time, you should get ready. Maybe sometimes some man will just, after eating, they will say that I'm going to use restroom. And they just pick up and leave it inside. They leave it inside that place. If not, you'll be getting ready to start washing dishes now, because the police then go call when you go enter jail.
Mel, so it's the same question to you, right? It's like, hey man, it's like Taylor May said there's nothing wrong with a female paying on the first date. But who should pay on the first date? I mean, or should the bill be split? Is there anything wrong with that? I mean, we live in the 21st century, right? We live in 2025.
Yeah. You just nailed it. I was gonna say that we live in the 21st century when going out and spending money nowadays is not just heavily. It shouldn't just heavily be on the man, right? But that's how it is, right? But again, the reason you see these things happening, because this is how it had been in the past. I'll give you an example. If you did outside of our culture, the African culture, right? You did someone like American woman, these things you barely see them happen. You're going on a date. They will literally they'll ask you, oh, I'm paying my share. They create that avenue to make you feel like you are not solely responsible for things that both of you enjoy. But when you come to our community, you see big difference, right? The first thing they'll tell you, oh no, I mean, you asked for the day, why can't you pay for it, right? But it shouldn't be that way. There got to be some type of balance here. Now, looking at, you just spoke of inflation. When you're doing the introduction of the program, right? It's gone up, and the cost of living is up, and the money not going up. So you got to have a balance here in a way. The woman working, I'm working. Some of these ladies make more money than some guys. Honestly speaking. So we should have a balance. I'm not saying women should always kind of do it. Neither should men always do it. But we're finding that like equilibrium in between spending our finances. Because in terms, if you do that as a lady, You hang out with a guy who you plan to be with for a long term. If you do that, you're creating that environment for the guy to be like, oh, this woman gonna add up to me. You
That's
know,
what
she's
I
gonna
said.
add value to me. She's not
My
just
point.
gonna look up to me and suck me dry. Because
Mm.
that's how it's gonna seem like if you put yourself out there like that. Wherein
Okay.
you asking the man to do literally everything. So there
Okay.
gotta be some type of balance here.
Okay. So then, to the mid, then, like, Mel said, when you go outside of our community, outside our African immigrant community, or specifically our Liberian community or the West African community, you see that sometimes women will offer to pay. But when you come in our community, that's not the case, right? It's like the man has to shoulder all of the responsibility. Why you think there's just a huge cultural difference there, right? So why you think there's a difference there?
To be honest with you, Mr. Host, is the way, like Mel said, is the way that was brought up.
Hmm.
And sometimes they say that when monkey travel out of time,
Mm-hmm.
when monkey arrive, maybe to Japan,
Mm-hmm.
the first thing when monkey open the suitcase, you see the black hand of the monkey on top of it. So monkey
Okay.
never leave his hand behind.
Okay.
Balance with this culture thing. Forget that we have left Africa. Not that we are inside this Western world, Abi.
Yeah.
So in their mind, they think that maybe they can still continue that behavior here, but things has changed. It should not be like that. If
Okay.
that's not the case, watch this. Why is it that maybe sometimes when people invite them to go to a restaurant to eat, maybe say Mel is having his birthday party, his wife. They
Mm-hmm.
will invite you and your wife. They will say that, tell me, can you come with your wife? They will say that maybe Sam, we want you to come with your wife, just couples. At a very elite restaurant, though,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
when you enter that restaurant, are you expecting for them to pay for you? Should be that everybody going to pay for themselves when they don't eating.
But you
Because
invited them. You invited them.
when you invite people in this country, yes, when you
Yeah.
invite people to say that I'm having this at this restaurant or maybe to this bar,
Yeah.
when you go to the bar or to the restaurant to eat, they are not taking your tap. You are the one paying for your own food. Everybody knows that now in this country.
Okay.
So why is it that maybe when you come to the other side, they want to bend the curve on it? That is not how it works.
Okay. Okay. So folks, tonight we are discussing debt and dating. It's a Valentine's topic. We in Valentine's week. Today, Wednesday is our normal business show, but this whole month, the ladies chose we should talk about every time we come. Every Wednesday we should talk about whole February, right? Every Wednesday we talk about money and love. And tonight is debt and dating. How much you share. But Mel, though, if someone is in debt, right, this Valentine, should they go all out? Especially in our community, man. Some folks like to, as Stella May said, some people want to go to the very classic, restaurant, try to, first impression. Sometimes it's a huge thing, right? Like, but if you are in debt and struggling, should you go all out? Just you trying to impress? Yeah, on mute. Yeah, on mute.
That is the biggest mistake. That is the biggest mistake a lot of us make, right?
Why you think so? Why you think so?
I will get there. If you just start talking to somebody and you try to impress the person, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're not doing yourself good. You're causing problem for yourself. Try
Okay.
to be yourself always.
Hmm.
Right?
Okay.
Don't change yourself. Don't act like, because the thing you will not continue. Don't start it. If I'm
Mm,
talking to a lady now, I take her to the classic restaurant. You know why I'm telling her that I
mm,
have money and this is my lifestyle. I don't. It shouldn't. You shouldn't take somebody to a classic restaurant to prove that you love the person or you are into this person. A
okay.
person who cares about you really doesn't care where you go. The
Mm,
fact that you're spending quality time together, having meaningful conversation. It could be at McDonald's. It could be Chipotle. It could
mm,
be Cordoba. It could be somewhere reasonable. It could be we can talk maybe I mean somewhere very reasonable that you're not spending a lot of money. Now, think about you being in debt. To answer your question,
yeah.
that should be your focus to get yourself out of debt. Because debt in this country is not just, let's say you owe $1,000 or $2,000. It's not just $2,000. That thing
Mm,
comes with interest, and you
mm,
paying that debt. You paying just the bare minimum. That the more money you pay before you end up paying that $2,000, you already pay $5,000 within 2 3 years time. So think
mm,
about that. Getting yourself out of debt should be something everybody should kind of think about, right?
mm,
Building your credit score to the level that when you want to buy something big, you are
mm,
not going to worry, oh, my credit score is not good, because these are things that are important in America. So
yeah.
so prioritizing that. A person who coming to you, who you guys talking to start a relationship, do not try to impress them when you are not capable to impress the person. Nothing wrong with that. But when you're not in a position, don't do that. Because sometimes when you start these things, the person be like, okay, let boy have it. I think this person has it. They will
But
kind of take care of me if I just start to date them. Now, if they start giving you time and then they find out down the line, all you are doing was just show up,
yeah,
what's going to happen? Can you continue that? So that's the
okay,
mistake I'm talking about. You don't want to start something that you will not continue, especially with somebody you want to be serious with. And one
okay,
thing too, if the reason
yeah,
some of these things happen,
yeah,
a lot of people that do these things, their intention is not right. They're not trying to be with a person for a long term. They're not trying to keep this person. They're just trying to hit, one
oh,
or two time and give it. A
oh,
lot of the time, that's what they do. So yeah. I'm not saying people that want to be in a relationship long term don't do it, but majority of the time, you see guys that will try to go to the extra miles, buying them expensive stuff, living luxurious life when they're actually not it.
yeah,
Gas not in their car, but they're spending credit card. They're just trying to impress this person at the
hmm,
moment, get what they want to get and go away. So
okay.
that's some of the contributing factor why you see a lot of people will do stuff like that.
But to the middle, it's a fact of if it's the fact of life though, right? It's reality where in like you see women sometimes attracted to men who has the dollars, right? And then to the guys, right? Sometimes hey man to try to get a special jewel to take, on a Valentine date, they have to maybe first impression counts because sometimes if you don't go all out, you might say, hey man, maybe that is not the kind of do I want in my life. It is not, it's like maybe you might not even get a second date. So there's that balance. How do you balance it? How do you try to make sure it's like you don't lose? You have the opportunity to go on maybe on a second date or third date.
Brother, let me say this to you. If you
Mm.
refuse to take me back on a second date, no problem. Maybe it was not meant to be.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
not meant to be. Like
Okay.
Mel Rightfully said, let me just say this. Let me add
Uh,
up to this. You see
mhm.
that this world that we're living in, I don't
Yeah.
blame women. I don't blame women. You see,
Mm.
just even as a host, see the way that those questions that you have asked, and I hope that maybe you will not participate in stuff that question that you just asked now.
Hey, maybe I see a woman that I like. Yeah, I want to make sure. I want to make sure. Yeah, let's say maybe I get
Okay,
it. I get opportunity to get a second date.
so
There's nothing wrong with it. That's the fact of life. These things happens.
I know, I
Okay.
understand that. Okay,
Uh-huh.
now you say that, okay, maybe in the long run, those women will come back and say, you know what? Yes, that's the person that I want. But don't forget to, you're the person that start this trend.
Mm-hmm.
Women don't forget.
Mm.
Women don't forget. Like I told you before one time, you see,
Mm-hmm.
if you start this thing with women today,
Mm-hmm.
that you want to just shower them with gifts,
Mm-hmm.
you must continue showering them with gifts. I said maybe the rain, when the rain is falling from inside the heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Continue to shower them. Don't stop, because the moment that you stop, what's going to happen is that they are going to look for somebody else who can continue doing what you started, and then you stop doing what you started doing, and you cannot continue that. That's the way that women operate. So if you know
Mm.
that you cannot continue or just be with any, it's the word is hard maintenance women.
Mm.
If you know
Okay.
that somebody is hard maintenance, you know that you cannot keep up with that woman, do not date her. Hard maintenance women, they will chop your money, and at the end of the day, they'll go and look for somebody else, because when your pocket get loaded, they don't want you to again. No. So look for
Okay.
somebody in your class. If somebody like this boy said now, if somebody want to go and eat McDonald's with you, deal with that person. If they want to
Mm.
eat maybe what do you call it, Perkins, go and eat Perkins with them. You can even do Valentine inside your house. Why are you putting yourself in debt because of somebody? And what if that relationship does not work? Are you not stuck with that bills? Who's going to pay for it? Is it not you? So if somebody wants to be with you,
Uh-huh.
you don't have to go all out.
Okay.
It's that love thing that matters.
But okay.
And they will say, no money, no honey. No problem. I don't want honey. I'm not giving my money.
Okay. Okay. But I mean, that's a good. Yes, the thing though, right? Is like sometimes,
Man, why are you
like,
laughing?
right now, when you call every restaurant, with the exception of the McDonald's that you guys name, yeah, you call every restaurant. Sometimes there's no reservation available, right? It's like, especially during this time. So it's like in as you guys said, right? We came, especially immigrants, right? Folks in the immigrant community. Some of us came here. We are not used to these things, but and Taylor May is saying, it's nothing wrong with staying home to celebrate, but it's a special day. Why can't you take your significant other out, whether on a first date or second date, or even someone who you're living together? Why can't you take them out and give them that treat? Mel,
Yeah. So if Valentine's Day is just one day in a year.
it's a
Okay.
special day for these
I
females, though. It's
get
a
it.
special day
I
for
get it.
them.
If I get it, you ask me a question. Let me answer it.
Okay.
Valentine's Day is just one day in a year. It's not on that one day I should
Uh-huh.
treat somebody I love. Just that one day. Yes, it's okay to do it, but throughout the year, there are a lot of time I can treat the person I love
Mm,
to a better meal. You know,
mm,
somewhere decent. I try to go out every now and then to eat and do something fun with my partner. I don't have to wait for one day to come for me to express my love and then go through all of the extreme of, calling, making reservation and all of that. If it's tight, it's tight. I mean, like we keep saying here, Abe, right? A
mm.
relationship that is meant to be is not defined by what you do on this special day.
Okay.
This special day should not be a determining factor for being with this person just because you didn't go out to eat or the person didn't buy you gift on Valentine's Day. Then it means the person doesn't love you, right?
Mm,
You might look at it from that angle. Yes, it's okay to do, but it shouldn't be a determining factor for being with this person. There are a lot
okay.
Can
of
I
days in the year, 365 days in a year. You can use a lot of those days to express your love. You can use a lot of those days to do things people do on Valentine's Day.
Okay.
can
Okay,
I add
Taylor,
up
what
quick, maybe if you
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
if I may, please?
Yeah.
Like Mel rightfully said, is it not 365 days in a year, Abby?
But it's a special day, though. It's a
I'm
day of
getting to it,
love.
Mr.
It's a
Host.
love
No,
day.
Mr. Host, no problem. I'm getting
Okay.
somewhere.
Okay, go ahead.
It's 365 days, Abby.
Yeah.
Who decided to choose the second month in a more than 12 months to choose the second month and that day to tell me or the world that this day is when you should appreciate your wife or maybe the person that you are dating? You see, and that's where the problem comes from. Again,
Mm, mm,
because listen to what Mel just rightfully said.
mm,
If you are with somebody, if maybe sometime randomly, I'll go to maybe Victoria's Secret and buy you gift, bring it.
mm,
Maybe I'll be inside the painted drawers fighting with women because of size. Collect my own, come collect, put it inside drawer. That's gift. Sometimes randomly, if I look in the house, I see that there's no perfume. I buy maybe 2 perfume, come put them inside the closet. Abi?
yeah.
Why
But
is it that maybe on that day, if you choose not to go all out, why should it be a problem? Why are you telling me how to live that particular day on the 14th of that particular day? Let me just say this way. I've stopped doing that even inside my house. My wife knows that.
isn't
Maybe
there that
my own gift, I'll buy the gift maybe on the 13th or maybe on the 15th. Just to skip that day. Everybody is just running with the war. That's what they are doing. Because everybody's confused. People are just controlling everybody.
What are you saying then, to the Valentine is basically is based on, big businesses making money, or what? Is not,
It's a
but it's
lot.
a bit of love. I mean, women, we
No, no, no,
both
no.
women and men, right? Is if you got in a relationship, that's the day you should come together and treat one another, or be, or show special appreciation. I
You
know
know
there are
what?
365 days, but that's a special day.
You know
That
what I
should
think should be the new
are you
Valentine
guys
Day,
are you
Mr.
guys,
Host?
there should be, huh?
You know what I think should be the new Valentine Day? If that's what
No.
the point that you're trying to make,
Yeah.
the new Valentine Day should be changed to the day that you met your wife. How's that?
Oh, that should be the day that you met her, or the day that you marry her. Which one?
There you met
No,
her.
not married though. Because married that time you have gone in front. Abi? Because Valentine is more of dating, Abi.
Yeah.
So they should change that Valentine to the day that you met that person that you met. On that day,
Mm.
that's when everybody should celebrate Valentine. So that way there will be no traffic inside the restaurant. They melt it.
Okay.
Everybody will
Okay.
eat free.
But here's the thing, though, Mel. What is it? What would be your response? They say, right? The reason why you guys are saying this is, say, hey, as black men, especially African men, they are not romantic, so they will give excuse on this. They say, you know what? Like you said, 300, there's 365 days. I can take my woman anytime, but because African men, Liberians, sometimes they say they are not romantic. What would you say to that?
It's just fly without saying. If we decide to say a lot of things about our women here, then we're not going anywhere, right? And a lot of them do, and then we can say that as well. But the point we're trying to make here is, I'm not saying
Mm-hmm.
you celebrate Valentine's Day, right? That's not
No,
what
I'm
we
not saying.
what I'm
I'm not
saying.
saying whatever your point is. That I'm saying. I'm asking you
Now
specifically.
answer your question,
What?
AB.
Okay.
I'll answer your question. You what I'm trying to say is that
Okay.
in as much as people value it and women want to feel love on that day, it's okay to do
Hmm.
it. But I'm saying it should not be a determining factor. Again, to the fact that Liberian men are not romantic, I don't know where that is coming from. Or African men are not romantic. I don't know where that
Because
is
you are
coming
give like like Tita May said, like he celebrate Valentine's Day at home. He doesn't take his
from. The
he
men
doesn't
mention
take
a
his
lot of
wife
romantic.
out. That might be interpreted there that he's not he's not romantic.
Then you just
No,
picking up the raw line. The man mentioned a lot of romantic things he can be doing with his
Uh,
over time within the
okay.
300
thank you.
summer days, buying gifts,
Uh,
hiding it from her and making sure she discover that, doing all of these things. These are romantic stuff. How do you call those?
uh,
Must these be done on Valentine's Day? Absolutely
no,
not.
what?
So if you say we are not romantic and you just
Hmm.
want one day to express love to you, if I just do it one day on February 14th and not do anything for the rest of the year and wait for the next year, will you be okay with that? Absolutely not, right? But what we're trying to say here is it,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
In
Hmm.
terms of money and relationships,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
These
Hmm.
things are causing problem in our society, not just the African community, right?
Okay.
It
Okay.
goes beyond the immigrant. It kind of transcends as well with the Caucasian community as well. Money is important.
Hmm.
Finance is important. Managing the
Hmm.
resources and having these, transparent conversations will make you guys to go a long way. People
Hmm.
don't look at money as a key factor, but this 21st century we're in, it is maybe on the first three on your top list, number the one, two, three, money fall in that category. So prioritizing financial management, honesty, money and relationship is key as well. And these are things we're talking about. If I go out now or on Valentine's Day and I pay my bill, right, with
Hmm.
inflation, what become of us?
Okay.
If I go out and my little daughter's supposed to go for her game and I can't take her, what
Yeah.
become of us? What do you value most? You value just spending all your little money on that one day and then struggle for the next few weeks or maybe months because
Well,
you
you
want
just
to please somebody?
But you just said it's 365 days in a year, so you should have planned ahead, right? It's February 14 every year, and that's a way to show her special appreciation. Why not plan for that?
That's why we just said is we plan it to do it sometime. We're doing it the 300 some more days. They give the guy bought. He mentioned buying for his wife. He planned those things, right? The money he
Okay,
using. He ain't just going to
okay,
the store to pick it up. So those are the planning aspect that we're talking
okay,
Mi-
about. It
Mr.
should
Host,
not just be focused on February 14th.
okay. Well,
Mr. Host,
tell them Jeff who you're taught that. Let me post some commercial in here and stuff like that, right,
no
folks?
problem.
It's a great discussion tonight. We are discussing debt and dating. How much you share, right? There's a special edition for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is February 14th, this Friday. I know a lot of folks are planning. Restaurants are, yeah, restaurants going to be jam packed. Folks are buying those gifts to surprise their ladies and things like that. So you can contribute to the conversation by dropping a comment in the chat, or you can call our number 817-600-1525. Ladies, you should chime in here and see, hey man, where are you going this Friday? Where are they taking you? Hey, if you have someone taking your guide out, where are you taking him? If you are one of those guys taking your ladies out, call us, share your ideas. What is your how you gonna be celebrating Valentine's Day this Friday? But Taylor May, go ahead. You were trying to say something.
Yes, I was. The point of correction. I did not tell you that I'm not romantic.
No, I didn't
What
say
I'm
that. I say you celebrate, according to you celebrate Valentine's Day at home. And that could be interpreted as not being romantic, right? As Flo is saying, yeah, majority of Liberian men are really not romantic. That's what a lot of Liberian women say. Even women outside of the Liberian cycle say Liberian men are not romantic because some of the excuses you guys are giving here, like, hey, Valentine's Day, love should be 365 days around a year. It shouldn't only be on Valentine's Day. That could be interpreted as an excuse or not being romantic.
we are. Let me say it in another way.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Should be that maybe
I
you are.
think I
You,
think Taylor May is kind of struggling with his internet.
No, he's
But
good. He's
Can
good.
you?
He's good. He's good. We can hear him. We can hear him. Go ahead,
oh,
Taylor. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So my question to, of course, there's no female here, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want a man who does something for you 300 plus days in a year? Or do you rather a man who just waiting for February 14th to come and go all out? That's one of my first questions.
Okay.
Is it that maybe Liberian man or maybe African man, they are
Mm.
not romantic? Let me tell you, maybe the concept maybe of why sometimes they believe that way. Romance, let me tell you, in the mindset of a man,
Mm-hmm.
think about it this way. You want that maybe you are living even with somebody, with a man,
Mm-hmm.
and you think that maybe man ourselves don't love treatment. That's a lie. If it's that you want a man to be romantic to you
Mm-hmm.
and you should not reciprocate, you have a serious problem if you're a woman.
Mm.
Because in this world that we are living in this
Yeah.
day and age now, let me just say this to everybody. Your viewers, I know that people they are commenting. No
Mm-hmm.
problem. If you want something back from a man, or you want for a man to do something for you, you should be able to reciprocate as well. Don't sit back. You know that those things it has passed. Those are ancient days where people will be accusing people, oh man, Liberian man, they are not romantic. African man as a whole, they are not romantic. You know the reason why they are saying this
Yeah.
is
Why?
because they
Uh-huh.
want they want to be getting inside our wallet all the time.
I
Why
don't
is it
think
that
I,
they cannot be romantic to man as well? They have some women that are
mm-hmm.
buying gifts for man.
Yeah.
They have some women that are buying watches for man, bringing flowers, giving it to man on those days. Why can't they do it as well? It's romance. Is romance just one-sided?
No, I don't think they are saying that. I don't think they are saying that. I mean, the thing is, like most Liberian or African men, right? When they meet their partner, like on this Valentine week or on Valentine's Day, right? Take them out, treat them nicely. But right after that, once they get into that serious relationship, no more taking them out, or as you said, right? It's like Valentine's Day now become a home celebration thing, or they don't do
Okay.
anything, right? It's like they don't do these special things that they did before they could get it. What? Before they could get hurt. Now everything like switch. Oh, you know what? It's 365 days. That's not a special day. All of these excuses. So the ladies are coming out and say, "Hey, man, it's like you wanted me. You are doing these things, but now we are in love, and
So that's
it's not
that's
about
why
the
Mel and I we are saying don't start anything that you cannot finish as a man. Because that's the problem that man we are having now in this day. Everything they want to do. Me, I'm a man. I'm a man. When they get to pay the bills, I'm the man. When like car payment, I'm the man. And cell phone bill, I'm the man. And this other bills, I'm the man. I'm the man. They are saying all this, I'm the man, I'm the man. And that's the reason why sometimes you will not understand. Let me just say this. I'll break this down for everybody.
okay.
That's why you see a lot of breakups coming up in homes because forget about this, just this Valentine Day that we're talking about. The spending is just too much on man alone.
Mm,
Women should be able to come to the table to contribute. It helps a lot. That way, our brothers are going to start to live longer.
mm.
I like
Man are
that.
tired.
So,
No,
so,
no. Okay, man, you're laughing. All this thing that you're saying,
No,
no,
no, no, no,
when you
no,
see
no.
them, they
I'm in
talk.
alignment. I'm in
Oh,
alignment.
okay.
no.
And they say when they say rent, I'm the man. And car payment, I'm the man. And cell phone bill, I'm the man. And if you're a man that you are saying 50-50 with your wife, and you have a serious problem, shame on you. No, shame on you. You should leave people relationship alone. If a woman is contributing to help her husband 50
Mm,
50, leave them
mm,
alone. That is none of your business. If a
mm,
woman is paying 80% of the bills in the house, leave those people relationship alone. That is not of your business. If a woman is helping the husband to pay bills, that is none of your business because this world that we live in, one hand washes the other. When you go to the sink to wash your hands, you don't do like this. You don't go and do like this. You do like this. Man, woman, one hand washes the other. You help me, I help you. This life go balance. At this
okay.
time, life is no balance.
Okay. Let's see that. As a segue to that, then, Mel, if like taking a woman on a date, right? Whether first, second, or third date, at what stage should you guys start discussing your finances, right? If you want to know whether she's somebody that you'll be contributing or sharing 50-50, at what stage of the relationship should you guys sharing about what kind of debt you got, student loan, or you got a mortgage, or you got something, at what stage should you guys start sharing those information?
I think it depends on the two individuals. But
Mm-hmm.
what I would say to that is, if that's something you prioritize, because everybody have things to prioritize, right? If that's something you prioritize as an individual going into a relationship with somebody you want to be with for a long term,
Mm-hmm.
it shouldn't be something you have to wait until you say, I want to know you first before the conversation start, right?
Thank you,
These are
my
things
sister.
you can gradually start having, asking, open-ended questions. How are you
Mm-hmm.
with your finances?
Mm-hmm.
How, what do you prefer? So, how do you spend your money? What are things that you buy? These conversations open the door to
Mm-hmm.
dive into that person's mindset about their finances.
Mm-hmm.
It might sound little, like you're trying to dive them into it, but if you are talking to a person and you see potential in this person, you want to be with them for a long term,
Mm-hmm.
it's there's no set time to kind of have the conversation. But I say it should be from the early stage of the relationship. Because
Mm-hmm.
like we keep saying here, man, we are in the 21st century and these things are important. They are
Okay.
important. Finances
Okay.
are important. Nowadays, one person income cannot even provide for the home, right? Even
Mm-hmm.
somebody making $50, $45 an hour, they
Yeah.
cannot even cover their monthly bill. Not to talk about two people living together and then start having family. It
Mm-hmm.
adds that financial burden on one person. So these
Mm-hmm.
are conversations you need to start having.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing the person's credit score. How are you with the credit score? What are things? Those kind of conversations. Like, do you like going out? You left purchasing things. You left buying car, and these are conversations you want to start having, so you
Okay.
understand the person's mindset. So I say it depends on the two people what the both of them prioritize, but it should be conversation that you should kind of start from just to jump.
Okay. Tell me, right? Let's assume you go on a date, right? You take a female on a date, whether first, second, third date, and then all she does, hey, my cell phone bill. I ain't even pay my cell phone bill, yo. Oh, my rent, my rent is late. Oh man, I saw the pay the credit card pay. Yeah. How should you respond in such a situation? If she's just talking about how she's late on her days, her rent, her mortgage, maybe her car payment, her cell phone bill. She's just talking about that. How should you respond?
Run fast. Run fast from her. Run as fast as you can from her. That's the red flag.
Yeah. Why she wrong? It's like, hey, maybe said she's been message, you should share, right? Message you share. Why if she's being honest, right? She's been genuine. She's talking about things that bothering her. I mean, is that why should you run from her? Why can't you
Medicine
maybe take the time to understand her?
was the understanding.
That hey, that she got some, she's facing maybe some financial difficult or things are not right.
Am I Jesus?
Okay. So what Jesus has to do with that? She's being honest. You took her on a date, right? She's talking about, oh man, I'm late on my rent. My cell phone bill's not even paid yet. She's just sharing things that she hope maybe you can understand.
Let me say this to you. Look, you
Hmm.
cannot meet somebody on the first date and bring all these problems to them.
Hmm.
You cannot do that. It's not like if you have met this person before, you have been seeing this guy,
Hmm.
and that he have just invested in you somehow. You people are one or couples of date, and you people you have spent time together. You can
Hmm.
say, okay, I feel comfortable to talk to this person about this. You
Yeah.
cannot just meet somebody on the first day and just decide to just put all your baggage on them like that. You cannot do that.
Okay.
It's not ideal. You cannot do that. And I understand that people have problems. Don't get this. I mean, this everybody have time that we
Hmm.
got stuck. Yes, it's life. But like I said, when I said that I'm not Jesus, that was the reason that I said that because Christ is the only one that came and saved this world for everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Mel, what are some cheap ways or maybe ways, for to show appreciation on Valentine's Day? If you don't have, maybe the restaurant might be overcrowded, or it might be overbooked, over reserved, or whatever. What are some other ways, right? If that day comes to show appreciation and to your romantic partner, is it that maybe that day you the man, you say, you know what, sweetheart, we can go to the restaurant, but I'll cook for you.
That's another way. So romance, it can happen in a lot of ways. If I'm glad you brought this up because we're talking about it,
Yeah.
and I lost my train of thought, but you put me back on track. You
Yeah.
know, people keep saying a lot of African men or Liberian men are not romantic. What's the definition of romance? Is
That's what
Because they
I
it
don't
said.
do
just
all the things.
I
They
come
don't do
in?
all the
I come
things.
in. I'm talking,
Okay.
brother. Is it because the person not spending money on Valentine's Day or the person didn't buy you gift? Is that what you call romance? I can help my woman out clean the house, the out of service. I can help her do a lot of things to take pressure off her shoulder. When she's at work and come home and I'm home, I make sure she relax. Those things are romantic as well, so that she had time to rest herself. These are things you can do in the home. Not just saying, "Oh, I didn't go and buy her present that she wants. She wants a microwave bed." That's romance, right? That's another way. It's another form of love language, right? Gifts.
Mhm.
But another form of love language, one of the form of love language is the out of service, right?
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, and another way is just encouraging your partner, like sitting down and having real good conversation with her. Babe, this you've been doing, I really appreciate you.
Mhm.
If without you, I don't think we would have gotten this far. These are things that can go a long way. It's another form of love language, and it's romantic.
I mean,
Let us.
those are things you can do other days. Valentine's Day should be different level. You shouldn't can't be doing sweet talk to the
So
woman.
so
You
so
know what I mean? That's
Valentine's Day,
not
Valentine's Day
yeah.
is just a day
That's
that
not
you go
yeah.
out.
That should be special treatment. Not to consider oh Suya, you're doing really well. I really appreciate you. No, man, come
That's
on.
that's that's romantic, my brother. That's another form of romance.
But you can
I
do
mean, you
that.
can say all
You
you
can
want.
do that in 365 days you talk about. You don't have to wait for Valentine's Day to say that.
Five love languages.
Uh,
Five.
uh,
Five.
okay.
Gift is another form.
Uh-huh.
Or just appreciating your partner, and out of service. They are in
I think you
different
should
form.
do
I
that
don't
every.
have to.
Those are things you do every day, but Valentine's Day should be special.
What you consider special?
Giving her special treatment.
What is
Or you
special
guys doing
treatment?
special thing together.
What you consider special treatment?
Going, maybe taking her on a vacation, taking her
I
to one of her
mean,
favorite places,
Valentine's Day is on a one day.
or
Can I go on vacation for one
taking
day?
her taking her to a restaurant she loves.
We can do that as well. It's part of
Okay,
it's part of love
but
language.
don't
It can
but
be
don't
done.
gonna stay here and say, oh, you're with a Valentine's Day to be going through love language. What love language got to do with it?
You ask
Yeah.
a question and I'm answering you. What are some cheap
Okay.
ways, right? So
Yeah.
I'm answering your question and you're trying to trap me with your question if you're a terrible guy. But, but I'm just answering your questions, right? Answering your
Okay.
question as it relates to what are other cheap ways you can express your love on Valentine's Day. And these are things you can do
Mhm.
to show that you are romantic. It does not have to be gifting the person what they want or, those luxurious stuff. So romance is in different forms. And that's what I'm trying to say here. It's not just
Yeah.
one way thing.
No, but the point I was trying to drive at, right, is that I said, what are what are some cheap way where the point I was trying to drive at there is that maybe that as I said, right, it's the ladies out there are saying like Burma and I'm romantic. So maybe on that day, if you don't want to take her to the restaurant, can you cook her a meal, right? Maybe a favorite meal. You set a dinner table. Hey, Suya, maybe you light the candle and things like that. Hey, Suya, I made you a special dinner. Can we have, you know what I mean? It's like that you're doing it at home, but it's special. You make, you set the stage, you set the scene, all those things. Maybe that's how I was driving that, right? If you don't want to go to the expensive restaurant or do things out of the way, that could be something that could be cheaper.
And I'm aligned with that as well. I just
Oh,
added onto what you just said.
okay.
I did align with that as well.
Okay.
That's out of service that I just mentioned, right?
Okay. Tell me, how do you
Yes.
politely, decline an expensive, Valentine's outing? You know what I mean? It's like if your partner says to you, "Oh man, that restaurant, I've long been waiting to go to that restaurant," you know, it's like the Valentine's Day. That's why I really want to go. But man, so now when you look at the menu, they play down there like 300 baht. The food said I'm playing. The food said can be played. How do you politely decline those kind of outing or ideas, from your partner?
Is that question for me?
Yes,
Okay,
yes. Tell
okay.
me.
No,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
problem.
yeah.
So for me, in a situation like this is what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
So you see the way that Valentine's on the 14th, Abby?
Yeah,
Okay. So maybe on the 15th, the next day, your car payment is due, and the car payment is maybe $400.
yeah.
I would ask you to choose your own poison.
Hmm.
Do you want to go to that restaurant to eat that big meal?
Hmm.
Or do you want your car to be repossessed by tomorrow?
But that shouldn't be an option though.
What do you
You
mean?
can do
You
both.
just
You can
asked
do
me.
both.
No, you see, that's your problem. You see, you are trying to, oh, I see what you are trying to do. So you are means that you want to take side for this woman. You think that you can trick us, Abby? That's not going to work. You are dealing with somebody who can listen. Well, that's not what you said. And I believe that Mel even heard what you said. That's not what you said.
Right,
What was your question again? You're
right.
laughing. I know what you are coming from. I will deal with you. No problem.
But they think. I
And
mean, they think about it. They think about it is that okay? She said she wants. I mean, she's been meaning to go to the restaurant. She's been wanting to go there, but she waiting for Valentine's Day for you to take her, man. But it's expensive. How do you politely decline that? That was the
that's,
question.
that's what I just said to you,
Mhm,
Mr. Host.
mhm. So you are saying you.
If I find
Mhm,
myself, and you know what? Let me just say this. Look, believe this or not, every woman in this world needs a
mhm,
soldier.
mhm,
When I said a soldier, what do I mean by that? Women,
mhm,
when you see that girls tell you, oh, they need a father figure, somebody who's their father. They don't need when they say that boys, you are coming around women, you don't know when to decide, or maybe when it's time to say that, hey, babe, you know what, we cannot do this at this time.
mhm,
Maybe we can do this another day because we have this on hand to take care of. A big girl will understand. That's a man way of talking. You cannot put yourself in the position that, okay, well, you know what? Let me just go to some place inside this cat and spend this money, just in case whatever happened, just happened. Yeah. And then after that, you see that some people, when they're inside the car on their way back home, they'll start to fight. You cannot do that.
mhm,
You have to be very plain. Women, not all women. Some women are also very understanding. They'll tell you, they
mhm,
say, okay, you know what, babe? It's true. We have all these bills lined up. It's true that the car payment is due on the 15th of the month. I'd rather not go to this restaurant if it costs that much. We can just do something very easy. And that's when that comes in. You can go and print your own apron. Where we say maybe shelf tailor made in front of it, red, because it's Valentine's. So you do it in red, red
Okay.
in front of it. You can
Uh-huh.
even wear your not bags. Don't even wear bags at that time. You have sent the kids away. You are
That's
Okay.
your
cooking her
birthday
meal
If you have
inside your
gift.
kids, if you have
birthday.
kids, yeah, if you have kids, yeah.
Forget
Okay.
these kids.
Yeah.
Are they not going to get into college and move out of the house? You are
Okay.
saying
I like
man and husband and wife. Let's talk
Mm,
husband and wife business. I show that
mm,
this is mature conversation.
okay.
You prepare this meal inside the apron.
Mm-hmm.
No brief, no bags off for her. That's being romantic.
Mm-hmm.
In
it
your
is.
birthday suit, when you are frying chicken, she slap your ass. You turn another chicken. When she do this, she should not be wearing clothes too, though. That's better romance as well. She should be
Mm,
naked, the two of you.
mm.
That way that you can even serve dinner right if even on the floor with some rose petals, candles, maybe some. Of course, you cannot forget apple because that's how man became trapped by them. You have to include apple inside the meal
Okay.
for them.
Okay. 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 Well, folks, tonight we are discussing debt and dating, how much you share. It's Valentine's week. Friday is Valentine's Day. So, a lot of folks, a lot of couples out there, first time daters, those married couples, people that have been in relationship for a minute, for a while, for a long time. The restaurants are going to be jam packed. So it's like, so tonight we are discussing debt and dating. Money and everything else. But so you can contribute to the conversation by calling our number 817-600-1525, or you can put a comment in the chat floor. We really appreciate you tonight. You coming us out already very hot, so we appreciate the support. You can also drop a comment in the chat. Taylor May is hot here tonight. He's throwing all kind of bomb out there at the females, but hey, man, my guy, he's doing well. But now, we live in a society these days where there's peer pressure, right? Peer pressure because of social media, Facebook, about it, some ladies or some folks out there now saying, hey man, I'm taking my fiance to this place, I'm taking my first date to this place, I'm taking my wife to this place, or the ladies out there, oh, my husband or my boyfriend is taking me here, putting expensive restaurants or hotel on social media. What role does peer pressure plays into all of this, right? Is that if you see your friends are posting those things, do you think it will apply pressure on you to try to do the same thing?
It does, but it apply pressure on people that don't know what they want. And
Mm,
not everything you see on social media is true.
mm,
Nowadays, a lady
mm.
can take herself on a date and post something and say she's doing this. I'm being
Okay.
honest with you. Got people
Okay.
lying left and right. Not
Uh,
everything you see on social media is true.
uh,
So people that know what they want, that kind of working, have vision and things they're working towards, none of that
mhm,
move them. But
mm,
yes, it affecting a lot of young people that are just opening up to life that don't really know the true meaning of it, right?
mm, mhm,
They see something here today, they get moved by it, they go and
mm,
pressure whoever they have with them, somebody they're dating, and be like, oh, my friend is doing this, she's traveling, she's in Dubai or with her partner, I want us to do that too. But mind you now, mind you, are you living your life for other people? Are you trying to be a follower, or you doing things you see other people do? What is your mission? What is
mm,
your vision? Where are
mm,
you headed?
mhm,
I'm Melvin Lionel Zia. I'm not Ip. So Ip go on vacation today. Ip have planned that, right?
mm,
That's why he's
mhm,
doing that. So
mhm.
I should be okay with what I have, and I should be okay with where I'm at. I'm not
Okay.
gonna say because Abe is doing this, so I have to do it. Now, why if I'm not in a position financially to support that? I'm setting myself a failure. So don't do things people do. Follow your vision. If you have the means to do things, do it. Not because Matt or John or whoever post stuff, they're doing it. It means they're actually doing it. Like I said, people are lying nowadays on the social media platform. They are not putting the true self out there. And
Mhm,
they kind of they're doing packaging. That's how they call that. A lot of packaging around here nowadays, where
mhm,
people just do stuff to put themselves
mhm.
out there. They're not doing the real stuff. We're seeing people just buy a car and say, "Oh, my man, buy me a car," but actually they spend their own money on the car. We've seen these things happen.
Okay.
So things that happen on the social media platform, don't follow those things and make decisions on the basis of what you see other people do.
Okay. Tell me if your fiance, your wife come to you and say, "Oh, sweetheart, babe, my friend Hosmo take her on a weird nice. I mean, they went to a very nice restaurant this Valentine. I mean, why you didn't take me?" Right? She starts showing that kind of attitude. What would be your response to her?
Ignore her.
I like this guy.
Okay, let's
Ignore
go
her.
straight to the point. Ignore her. Why should you ignore her? She's raising a valid concern.
What
Why should
what do
you
you
ignore her?
how will you consider this valid concern? Why are you first of all,
Because
whatever John,
her
eh?
husband, her friend husband took her somewhere nice, and she expect you to probably do the same for her.
Mr. Host, let me say this to you. First of
Mm,
all, there should be no way my wife, somebody who I marry, you should compare your relationship to somebody else. Do you know that maybe if that woman husband is a drug dealer,
Yeah.
do you know that
It's
where they are getting their money from?
okay.
Do you know maybe if it's not a good money? Do you understand what I'm saying? So you should not
Mm-hmm,
compare your relationship to other people. Look, you see, life, when this thing called patience, when they say that patient don't eat the fattest bone, they say that maybe what's the word? A living dog is better than a dead lion. And you ask, what do I mean by that? A living dog is
mm-hmm,
better than a dead lion. You will not understand. Once there is life, there is hope.
mm,
You want to go on good vacation. These are part of the journey that we are talking about. If
mm-hmm.
you are dating somebody, but let me just say this. You see the collaboration between man and a woman, just what Mel said. How do you know that maybe it's the woman that even took this man on vacation?
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Sometimes when you go to a restaurant, man, you will see that girls man will take her inside the wallet, pay for the food. I've been to a restaurant where I saw my friend's wife swipe her bank card for him. He's the one that paid for the food. Make it seem that I'm the man. The same what I was telling her. I'm the man. When you pay for food, I'm the man. Rent, I'm the man. Car
Yeah.
payment, I'm the man. You see what I'm saying? So I
Mm-hmm.
don't know who's fooling who. That's part of this journey that we are living, because what's happening under this table, you don't know. So if you
Okay.
just conclude by saying that, oh, Stacy husband took her to Dubai, you want to go to Dubai. And do you know that sometimes when they say that they want to go to even Dubai, they will be requesting first class. They want to sit inside first class.
Okay.
It's not the same aircraft that are going to Dubai. Do you see those people that have that hair tied on their head? Those Arab people. Are they not the one that own some of those aircraft? You want to sit in first class. Where are they going to sit? You want to go to Dubai, you want to sit first class. If you sit inside the middle, what's the problem? Are you not still going to Dubai? When that plane crash, is everybody not going to die? Those Arab people, they are the one that have that money, they will sit inside that front row. If I take you to Dubai now, maybe after 3 days, I'm trying to hurry up to come back so that we can go to work.
Okay.
You're laughing.
How do you think financial stress affect relationship and dating dynamics, right? It's like, if there's financial stress in the relationship, how does that affect the relationship and the whole dating dynamics?
It does. It does in a
Yeah.
negative way. So
Mm,
I'll give you an example. Let's say two people together, right?
mm,
And the other person saying, you know what, I'm own the money. I'm not gonna share with you. Do take care of all of this thing, right? Take care of all of
mm,
our bills and everything else that financially should carry us, right? And their money,
mm,
you don't know where it's going. At the
mm,
end of the day, my brother, you get stressed, you worry, you
mm,
are heavily, you're not even happy. How you even going to spend time with this person knowing that, they are not contributing towards your daily life? It's going to impact you negatively. And in turn, you would withdraw. And sometimes you'll be like, you know what? I don't think I can continue this. And I'm not
mm.
I'm not trying to say this happened for only men, but I'm saying both
Okay.
men and women. It has to be collaboration. It has to
Mhm,
be a teamwork.
mhm,
We both have to contribute to our daily expense and things we
mhm,
do in terms
mhm,
to live happy life. Because
mhm,
bringing two people together is powerful when we are on the same page. We move forward financially. We do a lot together than one person can do. So just leaving all that down on one person, it weighs a lot on them and in turn they will withdraw. So when it comes to dating, right?
mhm,
And like we keep saying here tonight, these things should be at the very peak of your conversation. Like,
mhm.
how do you see, teamwork? How do you see us putting our finances together? How do you have these conversations so that you guys can be aligned? Because if
Okay.
you're not, this will be a serious problem. Like I said, it's prevailing within between even the black community, the white community, the Caucasian, I mean the Asian community happening there where finances are the major contributing factors why people are falling apart now. Why? Because they're not aligned on their financial goal. Somebody's thinking something different, the other person thinking something different. So it
Is it
affects.
so is misalignment or not being aligned, should that be a deal breaker? Is that a deal breaker? Or should it be the deal breaker if you guys are not aligned financially? Should it be the deal breaker?
I
I
think
mean, we
I
talked about that
think
the
I
last time on
think
the
it
last one.
is,
Should it be a
but
deal breaker?
but there's a caveat. There's a caveat to it, right? There's a
Mm,
caveat to it. And here's the caveat.
mm,
Um, Sometimes there are people that got money. They just don't want their partner doing anything to contribute to it. In
mm,
that case, they are financially stable. But
mm,
two people that don't have it trying to work to build their life together, you just want to sit down there and don't want to contribute anything and just want to have one person do it. Yes, it will be a deal breaker.
okay. Okay.
Somebody just not gonna sit there and be busting it, doing all they can do to make sure they support you, but you there, you don't want to do anything. It
But in
shows you
our
don't even
community,
care about the person. It shows you don't
but
even love the
in our community, it happens a lot though. Sometimes like the burden, right? I mean, it's like the whole concept of 50-50 is something that is not embraced in our communities. Either the lady is working all the triple double doing everything, and sometimes the man is, doing, working hard and doing everything.
and that's why I'm trying to say, AB, it's not good.
Mm,
If you're making money, you try to contribute. You guys are team. Your team. You can't be on a team and say, I don't want to be a part of this team because that's what you're trying to say.
mm,
And how you are a team member, right? And
mhm.
people need to understand the society they're living in. We need to understand where we are. We're not in Africa. In Africa, it's different. Where
Okay.
in one person can go to work and take care of their family. Why? Because they have a house, they have everything else going on, right? And that one income is there to provide food, provide school fees for kids in the house if you have kids. And other than that, you don't have a lot of financial burden that we do here. Your
Okay.
brain alone takes, I would say, 60% of your income. So
Hmm.
think about that. And not just rent you have to pay. You got everything we do here is money. You decide to leave from your house to go to the store, you spending money.
Mm.
Everything you do is money. So you can have one person do it all, or then you say that and be like, I don't want to contribute to our relationship. You will cause
Okay.
problems for the relationship, and you guys will not end up being together.
Okay. To that man, what's
Let me
the risk you think? What? Okay, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Respond to that. Go ahead.
let me add, Mr. Host. You
Uh,
know, realistically, to be honest, if you're a woman, all joke aside, if you're a woman and you're living with a man, whether you married or not, you should be contributing. Where you rest your head, you should be contributing. Because you know why? It shows some type of value.
mm, okay.
You don't want to be a liability on somebody. Man goes through a lot. Look, some people will come on this show, they want to sugarcoat things because they don't want to learn on the bad side of women. I don't care. But the truth, women, the one that truthful and know better, they will say that guy is telling the truth. But the ones who's a user, you have to remember that user have no limit. They will use you to stream, dry you finish. You become
Okay.
like stockfish, like the stockfish.
Mm,
You die finish. Do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
You should be able to contribute. When that man is doing something, you should be able to help him, to join with him. Because the two of you, when the two of you are together, even like he said, Master, we said it was it last or the week before last? When two incomes come together, anything that you want to buy, you can go and buy it. No problem, because the money is there. But you want the man to pay the rent. You want him to pay car note. You want him to take care of children's school fees. You want him to help you clean inside the house. You want him to drive the kids to school. Take care of his own parents, his mother, maybe fathers. Maybe if you have outside kids, you have to do, no, honestly, you have to do all this thing. Then maybe on top of it, maybe if you have child support. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you bringing to him? Look, these are some of the reasons why men are getting to be very smart nowadays. And you see that men are running away from marriages because some man nowadays, they don't even want to marry people. Because you know why? It's part of what we are discussing tonight.
Okay.
You cannot put all of the burden on one person. Even if vice versa, if it's a man doing this to a woman, it's not good. We should stop it. So that way
Okay.
everybody can live longer.
Okay.
Now the truth be that, oh. Now true
Okay.
what I don't tell you.
Okay. Okay. Mel, you keep talking about, having a conversation, having a financial conversation, it's like, what's the risk, right? Talking about it earlier. What's the risk, right, of not having those conversations earlier? What do you think the risk is?
The risk is you are entering somewhere dark. You don't know. You don't know what to expect.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's the risk, my
Mm,
brother. Life is a risk.
mm,
People, they kind of tell you, I'm afraid of losing this person. I don't want to
mm,
lose them because I'm into them too much, and they don't want to have real conversation. And these are things that causing problem for us. Real
mm,
conversation should be held. You cannot run away from real conversation, regardless of who the person is. Be honest. The transparency, that's where it comes in. If you
mhm,
continue to hide things, yeah, I don't want to lose this person. I love them. You're creating problem for yourself in the future, in the
mhm.
not too long distant future. So
Okay.
so having this conversation, do not be afraid to talk about things that
Mhm,
you value as an individual. Do not be
mhm,
afraid to put these things on the table. I don't
mhm,
care how ugly it is. If I'm in $200,000+ debt, I'll tell a lady who I'm talking to her, I owe this X amount of money, and this is why I owe it, and I'm working
mhm.
towards it. You
And she's
okay?
gonna run
You know
away.
what I
She's
mean?
gonna run away from you.
Let her run. That's the truth. That's the truth. I'm not gonna hide it. If she wants to run, she can run. That tells me that that's somebody
Yeah.
I can work with. If I said something I was trying to say, but I did not say.
Yeah.
Nobody that loves somebody will see them go through a lot, right? They will
Mm,
keep talking about the finances here.
mm, mm, mm,
One person don't want to contribute. Now, if you truly care about somebody's well-being, right? You want to make sure their mental being is well, and that
mm,
comes with their finances.
mhm,
Somebody worrying to pay a bill, but you there, you living happy, and you living with this person. Do you love
mhm,
this person? You will
mhm.
want to make sure
Watching
this person.
television even more than you.
You
Watching
want to,
TV, YouTube.
yeah, you want to make sure this person is okay, so that when they
Yeah.
come home, they can relate to you.
Mm,
If you just leave everything on this one person and they just keep doing all of that, you don't love this person. Somebody you love, you not want to see them suffer. You not want to see them go through things when you are in a position to help. So it boils down to people having motives, hidden motives, moving into a relationship.
So if you love your wife or your fiance or whoever, you shouldn't let them work triple double then, because that will cause, that will be
If
causing them
no, that's not what I'm
mental
saying.
mental
If we
mental
are
hardship, mental
working
mental stress.
if we are working towards something, it's just for a while. I'm not gonna sit down and let a woman work triple double. I should be able to help too if I can pick up hours somewhere else or do something else for us to meet our financial goal. Let's do it. If we are okay with just her going to her 8 hours and I'm doing my 8 hours and coming up with things and be able to do stuff, let's do that. My brother, life here is short, right? You will not make money from going to work triple double. You're not going to get rich from doing that. It's just to
Hmm.
take care of yourself. So live life, make memories with people you love, and that includes your loved one. Traveling,
Hmm.
do things that will make you guys happy together. In doing that, it requires money. So working your hours and coming with that, and all saving money to be able to do other stuff outside of just you and I paying bills
Hmm.
is important.
Yeah.
And that's why people stay together for long, because they plan things and they're doing it together and working as a team, and they're doing those things and making memory over time.
Yeah, but tell me though, right? It's like Mel is saying here, it's like, there are some women who, in relationships, especially in our community, they're working double, triple, double, and so now they may just there doing 8 hours, right? It's just they only go to working towards, they're paying their bills and stuff like that, but he's not taking maybe the extra responsibility, right? The woman just working hard, sometimes working two, three jobs, or working triple, double, and the burden sometimes, and mentally sometimes she's not right.
That's why the number one key of this whole relationship is come with communication.
Hmm.
When you start with communication from the jump from Genesis, you're going to be just fine. That way everybody understand that, okay, I have this other level of this. I have this other level of this. Okay, you know what? We need to spend time together. Because don't forget that too much hours that you're talking about, that people are just working. They are losing that connection with one another.
Hmm.
And that's
Hmm.
very important. So as you are picking up this double and triple, you have to remember that that quadruple is inside the middle waiting for you people. That's thing called love. So there should be a way that you should be able to balance your job schedule. And back to what you said with man, that way that the man himself too, if you are just sitting down home while your wife is doing, like you said, triple or maybe quadruple, why are you allowing her to work too much like that? Is it maybe her own personal agenda? Does she have something that she working on the project? Maybe that's the reason why she need that extra money. Because you have to understand that this come with a lot of things behind it. Maybe
Mm.
sometimes it's not the will of a man for her to work. Maybe that woman too should have something that she want to do. I'm gonna push this extra hour because I want to buy this. So sometimes you cannot blame it on just maybe one party because you don't know what's happening underneath the roof.
Okay.
You know,
Okay. Well, folks, tonight we have been discussing debt and dating and how much you share, right? So it's been a great conversation. The two panelists here are really provided some great information, great insight. And our commenters, those that contributed to the show tonight, we really appreciate you. But as we wrap this up, Mel, what is your closing message to all the folks out there who will be celebrating Valentine, who will be taking that special, significant order to a special dinner, buying them flowers, buying them a special gift? What is your message to all those folks out there? Should they be sharing their financial information this week? Should they just be chilling? They've been dating. But what's your party message to our audience out there?
Love is beautiful. Love is beautiful. In as much as we play emphasis on finances. Love is beautiful. Celebrate love. Celebrate people you love. Celebrate them in a way that you are not gonna set yourself for failure. Right.
Mhm.
Do things for people you care about, especially your partner or your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. You know, these are people that will be there for you through thick and thin. So if you can, take them to a nice restaurant, do it. But I would say this, man, be transparent in doing that. Don't set yourself for failure trying to impress somebody. Don't put yourself in a position that when you finish later on, you go home and be like, damn, did I just do that? how do I pay this bill? Because that's what some people do, right?
Sure.
They put themselves in a place that people set expectation for them high, but actually the expectation is down there, and that's where you want it to be. That's where it is, right? Our people say, you know, put your coat to where you can reach it, hang it to where you can reach it. So don't do things that will affect you negatively and you'll regret down the line. Love is a beautiful thing, but someone who loves you does not need you to impress them. Do all the extra things, right? The
Mm.
little things. A person who cares and truly wants to be with you, they will appreciate it than just doing it with somebody that just want you to take them to the luxury restaurant. So love is a beautiful thing, guys. Celebrate love. Treat people you love, right. Do the right thing with the people you love, but don't
Okay.
do it to the expense of setting yourself a failure. I will end with that tonight.
Okay.
Before I end, I want to say a shout out to one of our commenters here. Yeah, she been firing tonight. I see you posting a lot of. Her name is Flo Flo. Thank you for just participating and being on our podcast here tonight. Thank you.
Okay. Well, Mr. Tiller May,
Yes, sir.
from the great state of Iowa, what is the message you want to leave with the folks tonight as you celebrate Valentine? So special week Friday, the restaurant is going to be jam packed. What message you want to leave with the folks who's going to be celebrating Valentine and just celebrating love, as Mel said. What message you want to leave our audience tonight?
Okay. Um, there are some things maybe that I'm going to say that some people will like, and some people will not like it. That's your problem.
Okay.
But I know, one thing I learned in this world, you can tell somebody the truth today, and you don't have to worry 10 years from now to go and to fix it. You can lie to somebody today, and if they find out that you're lying to them, you lose that trust, and maybe you never, they will never trust you again. But I will say this to you, those of you that are listening, don't do anything that you cannot do. Don't put yourself in debt to please anybody. What if it's a woman or a man? I don't care. Don't start something that you know that you cannot finish. Valentine's Day, that, like I said to you, to these people, those of you that watch it,
Uh,
I don't know who's created that day. It's 12 months in the year. Why is it that they choose just that day for everybody to run to store? Does it have something to do with business? So if you celebrate maybe the 13th or the 15th of it, how is that anybody's business? What about your husband? If you have your husband that doing something for you from January 1st to all the way December, he's cooking for you, he's doing laundry, he's helping you pay for your car payments, he's paying rent, taking care of the kids. Sometimes you cook in the house, clean. All those things are Valentine's Day. Do not be fooled by fools. These things is all game and trap. If you love somebody, if they even boil you eggs on that day, eat that egg with pepper and drink water. Do you understand what I'm saying?
okay.
So don't put yourself in the position where you are going to live to regret. If you can go to a restaurant to eat, you want to wait online for 1 hour, 2 hours, you say, yes, it's worth it. I'm the man. And yes, I'm going to pay for dinner. I'm the man. Yeah, I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm the man. So keep being the man. This, to me, that this time around, man have carried a lot of load over this. I don't know whether it's AD or BC, whatever that they call it. Me, I've lost track now.
Mhm.
BC before Christ or AD after.
Okay.
Man was carrying a lot of load. Maybe sometimes it's time for women to start to treat man. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe sooner than later too, they will start to pay dowry for us, man.
Okay.
So go and
Okay.
celebrate this day. I'm just kidding. Go
Yeah.
and celebrate. It's a very beautiful day. If you have your partner, go and celebrate with her. But make sure that if you are spending money on somebody, if it's not husband and wife, make sure that that person should settle you. You should not spend money behind something that you know that they will not settle you. Make sure that they settle you. If you know what I'm saying. If you're a man, you're a man.
Yeah.
That's why you're spending all this money, Dabi. So yes, go
Okay.
enjoy this. It's a beautiful day. If you have money to buy gift for your partner, of course, go and buy them gifts. If you have flowers, they have some women, my people, panelists. Some women don't like flowers. African women will say that African man, they are not romantic. Let me share this joke fast before we leave.
Yeah.
Do you know that Obodo Igbo? Do you know what the Nigerian people call Obodo Igbo? White people.
Mm.
If you buy flowers now, come give this flower to a white woman and say, oh my gosh, thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If you buy flower for an African woman, if you just deliver her flower, they will flog you with that flower. Go and give flower to African girl on this Valentine. You see what they will do to you. They will look at you and tell you, look at your mate. Your mate has given their partner car keys. And you are bringing me flowers. What am I going to do with this? You will see that whether they will start flogging their husband with that flowers in front of them. So just appreciate what he can give you and also appreciate what she can give you. In my definition of Valentine, to me, that's Valentine. Everything is Valentine. So enjoy. Thanks for having me, Mr. 8B.
Okay. Well, folks, with that concludes our show tonight. It's been a great conversation. Happy Valentine to everyone. Today is Wednesday. That's when we discuss money and love. I said the whole February is going to be money and love, and things like that. So appreciate you, Melvin, Zia, and Taylor May for, contributing to the conversation tonight. This is the Inner Circle podcast. We come at you here 3 days a week. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And tomorrow we're going to have a special guest. We're going to return back to the issue of mental health. So I'm going to switch you a little bit tomorrow. Go back to the issue of mental health. That's something very, very important in our community. And we'll have a special guest tomorrow, Decon T. She's going to be here educating us. But folks, tonight we really, really appreciate you. Thanks for joining the show. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on X or Twitter. Follow us on LinkedIn. Download our podcast on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. Ladies, the community show. This is the kind of show we bring you 3 days a week. My man Taylor May really, really hit it out of the park tonight. He said the ladies out there, the African ladies out there, don't like flower. You get them flower, they'll flog you with it. Well, folks, tonight that's the end of our show.
Don't bring flowers, though.
So we really, really appreciate you. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's been a great conversation, and good night to everyone. See you guys tomorrow. We'll be back here at 7:30 tomorrow. So good night, folks.
Good night, guys.